Yo, what's up, y'all? It's a beautiful second day. Um, I'm at a point where I'm thinking about how do you keep up something when you don't have an idea about which way it goes? Well, I'm gonna speak from the heart. This is purely organic. Today was a pretty good day. Just kind of, watched a little bit of football while I thought about, things that I want to accomplish. The funny thing is, if you hang out in the space of the world a lot, you kind of get off a little bit on what it is you want to do because you're keeping up with what everybody else is doing. I find myself sometimes getting stuck watching, other people's videos on YouTube, which is a good thing and a bad thing. Well, it's a lot of pros to it, a lot of cons to it. The pro to it is that you get an idea of what the trends look like, you know, for what works or what seems like works. The bad thing about it is that you lose your creative element on what you are given in life, by God or whoever you believe in. But I think a little bit of both is needed, and I think balance is needed. It's always kind of interesting with people because we always feel like we're the only ones that are going through whatever it is that we're going through. And that's the one thing that I'm realizing. And not that it should make you feel better, but it does make me feel a little bit better that I'm not alone. You know, this is normal. However, you got to figure it out. And at the end of the day, you want to be successful in what you want to be successful at. And I know me, I have a lot of gifts, a lot of talents, or whatever, but at the same time, I get a little convoluted in thought. It's just so much, and you want to organize it, and you just want to go out and just be great in what it is you love to do. But it's kind of interesting because sometimes what it is you love to do, you don't know how to monetize it, and the things you don't know or that you don't love to do, you end up becoming great at it. It's kind of weird. And you can make money at it, but you don't enjoy it. I think that's the majority of the world. You know, the world is like we spend a lot of our years doing some stuff that we don't like, searching and looking for retirement. And then we're retired, and I'm just guessing this, but when you retire, it seems like people are kind of resentful at the fact that they didn't have the courage to just go in the direction of what they really wanted to do. I think that goes for occupation, it goes for relationships, it goes for a lot of different things. I don't know. I'm just kind of brainstorming here. And oh, by the way, I'm trying to get used to saying this too, because again, this is the second video. Comment, like, subscribe. Y'all do that and share the page. You know what I'm saying? Share it with somebody, man, that thinks like us. Let me say that. Because if you're watching, obviously, that's some stuff either I'm talking about or we feel each other. We're like brothers and sisters. We're like kindred souls. And hey, again, I'm a real dude. So definitely comment on some things we can definitely talk about in the future. But like the video as well and subscribe. And then share it. Again, share it with like minds, no haters. I know they're going to find this anyway. Seems like the one thing that's happening in the world. Because they say misery loves company, so which means that when people are miserable, they'll find you and try to pull you into their world of misery. Me, on the other hand, I try to balance my disdain for something. When you're not happy with where you are in life, that doesn't mean I'm not happy with life. I'm just trying to make some adjustments and get better at it. Um, yeah, but I will say this: when I think of success, I don't think of money per se. I think of being great in something that you love to do, and I think in some way, form, or fashion, the money will come. And this is a complete variable in that it has to be something you love to do that's of service to others. Yeah, because being of service to people is what I think our primary reasoning of being in the world is. That can be debated. There are some people that will probably debate me in that, but I just think that we're all interconnected or connected, and I don't think something happens to someone to not affect another. I know that sounds crazy, but let me see if I can be a little bit more clear. Everything that happens to people, whether good or bad, is something that should also be helping someone else. Whether you share it verbally or whether it's something that they witness with their own two eyes. We're going to have to explore that one day. For those that are just chiming in, I'm a critical thinker. And I think about things, you know, a little bit more than the average person. So, which means I like to expand my thinking. I think sometimes when I'm watching, different podcasts or talk shows or anything that's, it's kind of like talk radio. Sometimes I think people talk on the surface, and they probably have to because they're probably limited with time on the amount of time that they can talk about it. So they try to give enough of the information on the surface and give us a cliffhanger to where when it goes off, we have more to talk about. That could be that setup as well. But on another end of the spectrum, I think a lot of us don't think expanded enough, and causes the world to be a little bit more dumbed down. And then some people just don't like to talk. Some people don't like to think. That could be just, the basic premise of that. But me, on the other hand, I like to see things that are not so always noticeable out the gate. I like to give people, the benefit of the doubt. I give them a chance. I know some people move around the world where people are guilty until proven innocent. Just with anything. I don't care if it's, me, you looking at me for the first time and you trying to figure out whether or not I'm as authentic as I sound. Right now, I'm guilty until I prove myself innocent. To where you say, you know what? I like this guy, Carl. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely, somebody I can kind of take to. I get that. I get that. But unfortunately, that's kind of the world we live in as well. Um, I just like to be able to expand my thinking, and if I could help others in being able to do that, then I think we end up having a world that people really think before they make the action. Um, Another thing, and I rub my nose a lot, y'all, especially when I feel like I think that's one of my defense mechanisms. When I feel like people are staring at me, I don't know. I don't never want to be that guy that has something in his nose. And if I do, let me know. But I know I'm not doing this live, so it would be too late. So hopefully I see this before I upload it. But yeah, I think this is my go-to, and I gotta control it. So y'all work with me. So hopefully by the 10th, the 15th, or the 100th video, I'm not doing that anymore, right? So, and then a lot of it has to do with, my glasses sliding down on my nose. I don't know. Kind of, it's one of my actions. But ride with me. You want to get to know me? This is how you get to know me. But in the meantime, I want y'all to grow with me. So I like to say, here I grow again. The other thing that I said in the last video is that I was trying to just think of something to be able to call the page, or should I have a go-to slogan? But I was thinking, I don't know. That's what I'm gonna call it. I don't know. Somebody asked me something, I don't know, but I'll think about it. But ultimately, I don't know. Maybe I'll get some merch or something that says, I don't know. And again, it's spelled a certain kind of way, so we're gonna keep it ebonic. Um, in the meantime, um, I'm making sure that I uphold my personal end of this bargain of saying that I am going to organically grow this page and I'm going to record something every single day. Um, I, by trade, am an MC. I've been MCing for about 37 years. I also uh, am a sociology professor. I am a director of student activities, at a college. I'm not giving all that information, but yeah, I like to be useful and I love people, man. This YouTube thing is kind of interesting because again, I don't think that it forces people to be their authentic selves, but you can be. And the only way that you can be is you have to choose to be. And right now, the hardest thing in my life I'm doing right now is I'm choosing to be authentic and transparent. And again, it's to my own disclosure. As you know, it's not like I'm telling everything, but I do want to just be who I am and not have to use, my radio voice. Yo, check it out. You're listening to Carl. So that's the other voice. I don't have to be that. And shout out to some people who gave me their opinion and saying, yo, man, I like you being able to just kind of talk to people because there's so many other aspects of who you are that people don't get a chance to see. And I said, cool. Well, we're gonna do it. So some of the current events that's happening right now. Of course, y'all know it's bowl season, college football bowl games. I've gotten back into college football a little bit because I admire what people like Deion Sanders has done with, or should I say, Coach Prime has done with Colorado. I admire the changes that have been made. Young people getting paid for the name and likeness, the NIL stuff. Um, I like the transfer portal. I like the balance that it gives. I'm a competitive guy, but I hate for something uh, to be so one sided. And sometimes I think in the past that's why I didn't really enjoy college football so much because there were a lot of great players in a lot of other conferences that weren't of the caliber as a particular conference. It's still kind of like that, but I think it's trending in a direction of where it's going to be balanced across the board, and that's mainly going to be because of the transfer portal. The transfer portal gives a little edge because all the great players coming out of high school that have these, ratings and star ratings don't all have to end up in one conference or, with one team, so to speak. That's how those teams created depth, and I like the fact that it's not like that right now. Because those that were riding the bench, but they were the man at their schools that they came to before then, they're not the man anymore because they're up against the man sitting next to the man sitting next to the man. But they want to play too, and they know they can shine, and now they can go to other schools and give those schools balance. And those schools that look like juggernauts that were hard to beat are now beatable teams because they don't have as much depth They still may have more 5 stars and things like that, but they don't have as much depth because when those kids go down, they're dealing with regular guys, just like the other schools. Now might have a few 5 stars. When that person goes down, they may be dealing with regular stars. So I'm excited about seeing where it all goes. The other thing, and I'm not gonna comment on this because I'm a huge fan, but I'm just gonna lay it out there right now because if you're watching this and you're watching this later, this will give you a little moment to put a pin in when I might be recording this. But I'm so excited and happy that Travis Hunter won the Heisman Trophy. He deserved it. You know, all the other talk and debates, the other stuff is to be debatable. Love Ashton Genty. However, timing is everything. He just happened to be making history for a school and doing what he's doing, having an amazing year at a time when you have a person that we haven't seen like Travis doing what he's doing. So that's that. The overshadowing that people are discussing, which is another man's relationship, another woman's relationship. Um, judging people by cliff notes. And we know we all have done some things that we're not proud of. And if you're not that person, then you're not human because nobody's perfect. We are perfectly imperfect. But I really think that people should, cool that you have good intentions on trying to warn a person about the relationship or something like that. But at the same time, a lot of what we lived and learned, we lived and learned. And let the man live and learn. I think the apprehension that you all have given him is enough for him to be able to make his decision, and whatever decision he makes is still his decision. Outside of that, I'm going to pray for him and her, and that they will navigate this in a way that is meaningful to God, because I'm a spiritual man. Now, that's gone. I'm excited to see what he does at the next level. I'm excited about Shador. I've been watching Shador and Shiloh and Bucky and the whole Sanders family for quite some time. One of my closest friends is my attorney. We used to share attorneys, so I've been knowing about them even before the TV show. So, yeah, we got some ties we've crossed in the past. Let's just say that. But in the meantime, I'm excited about that. 2025, I'm excited. I'm excited about what it will bring. One thing that I am realizing ultimately, and not just with myself, but with others, and I'm in a space where I'm revamping who I am. Consistency. Almost like the easiest thing to say, but the hardest thing to do. Consistency. Couple that with persistence and being very intentional. It's kind of where I'm landing this plane before this video ends, because I think I'm gonna expand on that on the next one. But I am challenging myself to be consistent this year, not just with these videos, but with other aspects of my life. I'm a big dude. I'm trying to get to a point where I get this weight back under control. That's first. These are my transparent moments. Y'all work with me, and I want to be consistent in that area and intentional, and also with these videos, the same thing. No matter if I don't have anything to say, no matter if I can't think of anything, you got to do it. That's the weirdest thing about it. And don't think too far ahead. Be where your feet at. That's one of my statements for 2025. Shout out to Sanika. She'll know what I'm talking about. We've had these discussions. You got to be at a point where you be where your feet at. Some of us can be looking so far down the road of where we want to be, where we're trying to go, but we're not present where we are. And I want to make sure that I'm present where I am. I'm gonna be where my feet at. In the meantime, y'all know me. I'm 20 minutes and out. I want to make sure I lock and load. Listen, like, subscribe, share, uh, comment, do it all. I don't have much, to be able to give you on what you should do to help grow this particular page. But just support your boy. I can't be as raw and real as I'm being right now. Transparency at its best. If you know, then I don't know. In the meantime, Carl Mays, the King Motivator. See y'all on the next one. Holla back.